Your business has a checklist for everything. A process for sales, a process for onboarding, a process for the processes. And somehow it still runs like it's held together with tape and hope. You did everything right, so why does growth feel like it's actively trying to kill you? By the end of this, you'll know exactly why, and the one shift that fixes it. Something worth clearing up though, a process and a system aren't the same thing. And when you treat them like they are, that's when chaos ensues, even though everything looks organized on paper. Think about your own business. Sales is doing its thing, onboarding is doing its thing, delivery is doing its thing, reporting is doing its thing. And they're all probably great at what they do. But the trouble starts when those teams actually have to work together. A process is really just how one part of the business gets something done. Sales has its process, delivery has its process, finance has its process. And quite often those processes make perfect sense on their own until they bump into each other. Because here's what actually happens between them. Sales closes the deal and passes it on to onboarding. Well, most of it. Onboarding needs the client's details. Nobody enjoyed that. The client asks how their project is going, somewhere in one of 4 places probably. But these aren't failures of the process. In fact, each one worked perfectly, but that's the trap. Flawless processes can still result in a business that leaks time, money, and information. Because there's no system, the processes were never connected. So what's the system? It's the thing that makes those 4 departments actually work as one business instead of 4 separate little operations that happen to share a logo. Same department, same processes even. The difference is that now they're joined up. Information gets captured once and carries all the way through, so every stage knows what's happened before it, and every handoff arrives with its context attached. And for the first time, you can actually see the whole thing from one end to another. That's really the whole difference. A process organizes the tasks inside one team. A system connects the business as a whole. One is a to-do list, the other is more like a nervous system. Here's the good news. You probably don't need to build a lot of new processes. You've already got plenty. The real job is connecting the ones you have and making them work together as a system. And to be fair, that's usually the hard bit. It's also where businesses tend to give up and hire another person to manually fill all the gaps between the teams. You can keep doing that, hiring people just to be the glue between everything. Or you can build the system so that the glue is just built in. That's what we do at Castlane. We take businesses with lots of disconnected processes and build the system, so work moves through the business without someone having to chase it. Data gets entered once instead of 3 times. And you can actually see what's happening without taking control away from the people doing the work. Because if your business feels like 4 brilliant departments that somehow refuse to make eye contact, you've probably got a system problem. And luckily that's a solvable one. Come and say hello at castlane.co.uk.